point where I felt all was lost, that was when I had the greatest idea ever. What if we created a platform that was not just for myself, but for the countless others who may face the same issue as me, but they might be afraid to share it with others. And I thought of a platform that didn't just have questions and answers, but it could also have explanations. And not just that, a platform where you had questions, and not just that, but a platform where all of that was available in any language you want. And in my mind, I knew that such a platform would be a game changer for medical students, and in fact, all students who faced these difficulties that I face. So right now, let's look at the current solutions. Yeah, so let's look at the current solutions that we had, towards this problem. The first one that we can see here, I had my phone that I could use. I had the professor's notes that could either be in the form of a PowerPoint or a PDF. I also had WhatsApp where I could use to connect with people, and Google where that I could use to access more information, and Google Translate to translate some notes. And we also had this past question booklets. Right now, I want to show you the problem I had with each of these solutions. So let's start with the phone. Through the phone, I could have access to all of the professor's notes. I could have access to WhatsApp, Google, ChatGPT, Google Translate, but I didn't have access to the questions themselves. So I always had to carry a copy of the questions, and to translate it, I had to take my phone and snap it. And do we need for close to 1,000 questions? It wasn't so practical. Yeah, I want to highlight that the phone was great, but a major concern also that I saw with some of my classmates was that in their phone they stored everything on their phone, from their notes to their chats and everything. And there were some that lost their phone, either they were harassed or whatever, and they were left frustrated. And so far, that's the only disadvantage of a phone. So the goal now is, how do we find something that can't be stolen? Okay. The next solution was is Google is Google search anyways, and Google has an interesting feature called Google Translate. And with Google Translate, the major thing I loved was that it was easy and it was accessible. So there were no special permissions. But the only drawback I had with Google was that, one, there were a lot of things. Sometimes you will Google about a particular question, you will find a lot of contrasting answers. And so sometimes to answer just one question, I would, instead to spend 3 minutes, I would spend like 30 minutes for one single question. And then sometimes Google Translate didn't provide the best translation. So sometimes I would translate a question into English, but than to understand, I would even get more confused. The next solution that was on board was WhatsApp. With WhatsApp, I could easily communicate with people, professors, seniors, and all the rest. But my main issue with WhatsApp was that my experience on WhatsApp was dependent on on the on the connections I had with people. Yeah, so this means that if I had friends that were never replying or people that were not so active in class, then I wouldn't get the best use out of my experience on WhatsApp. And so it really became a disadvantage for me because by that time I didn't have so many friends. And so my experience on WhatsApp sometimes to get notes, you have to ask people, but they too won't have it. So yeah, the problem is how can we make something that everyone can benefit from without having to have the number of some particular persons? The next solutions were facts, our past questions booklets, and ChatGPT. So the major advantage with them was that the facts had a lot of useful questions, but they were mostly in French. They were mostly in French, and they didn't have any answer. So sometimes to get the answer, it was quite hard. And then with ChatGPT, it was in fact ChatGPT is excellent. Just I never had it in my first 2 years. And the issue I found with ChatGPT was that some people didn't know how to use it, and so it was somehow limited only to a few. And presently, it isn't yet supported in Cameroon. So those are the current solutions. So what now? So what are we saying now? What are we thinking about now? We have seen all of the current solutions. We have seen the power of the phone, the power of the teacher's notes, WhatsApp, Google, ChatGPT, and Google Translate. So now, why don't? What if there was something? What if there was something that combines the power of that use the power of the phone, WhatsApp, ChatGPT to create a new experience? Andrew, sois focalisé, non, c'est que sois focalisé sur moi. So, what if we had something?